for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. With about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 31, Wilson. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Falcons' 33-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Carson. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Falcons nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Check 21. Check 43.
Here's Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. And even 50 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here now the first carry is a Falcon for the man coming home to Georgia, Todd Gurley. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. This defense, of course, well aware of what Todd Gurley can do from his days in the NFC West. They had to game plan ways to stop him for 5 years as a member of the St. Louis and then later the L.A. Rams. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 13-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 10 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's taken to the 26. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch right. Watch two.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10.
These two teams all tied after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Open is Powell. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Complete to Brandon.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Tick. 50. Like 50. 6 man.
They run. It's Gurley. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
On the tackle.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's a give to Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Gurley on the carry.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, here we go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
14.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And it's a quick slant to Lockett.
Wilson's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly for and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
You ain't going to burn me.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll run the screen with Carson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
1st and goal.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
What? 3-15. 14.
Again, Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Complete to number 14.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 28-yard line.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Ball carrier. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
out of the gun. It's Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
On the pickup.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
And
they ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, You think of these guys are going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw again is Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Is good. Makes the score Seahawks 21, Falcons 10. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down by
Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
At the 25-yard line.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense.
To throw is Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan caught on the right side by Jones. A reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A second and 11 from the 19. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second and 11 now. Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete, 20, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Complete. Tyler Lockett, 92 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Seahawks 35, Falcons 10. Michael Dixon to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Ryan. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing again, Ryan. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On 1st down, Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brought down at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. from the gun. Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Darrell Taylor and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll toss it out to Carson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They run again with Carson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Buying time to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot to hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 4-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Ryan down around the goal line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got room. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So the victory here for Seattle. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football,
yeah,
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Seahawks, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the